Hi, everyone. I'm Steve. I'm here with Brian Sanchez, who is a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club in Carson City, Nevada. There's 6 Parkway Athletic Clubs in northern Nevada to serve you. Oh, thanks for being here, Brian.
I am so glad to serve you via the Parkway Athletic Clubs, everybody. This is what we do.
He's laughing at me. All right. So we're going to talk about, even though we're in the health club business, we're going to talk about how to stay out of a health club. I don't know if I'm crazy or what. It's not that I don't want people to join a health club, but I really want people to get fit, and you can do it. My passion is to encourage people to get fit, especially as they're aging. Keep your protein up and keep moving. So we're going to go over some stuff that you can do at home, you can do in the park, that you can do just about anywhere. First, if you guys like listening to old guys talk about fitness, subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in our weight loss program, which we just started, use the QR code or the link in the description. That will take you to where you can fill out a questionnaire and find out more about how to lose weight and keep it off. So we'll have one of our nutritionists call you and tell you more about it. So let's talk about some of the stuff first that you can do in your home, right? Okay, so I'll name one and then you can go and we'll just go back and forth. So push-ups. If you're older, you do a chair push-up. If you're really older and not very strong, you can do a wall push-up. If you're younger and stronger, you can do regular push-ups. And you can do enough push-ups to get a workout, right, Brian?
You can definitely do all kinds of versions of push ups to get a workout in. It's actually one of the better ways to really train your body in more than one area because it takes a lot of different muscles in the push up. The other thing I like about push up and the variation of the push ups is because you're planking and maintaining planking, you're getting one heck of a core system workout as you're doing this.
That's
Don't
true.
forget, you can put your feet up on things. You can go inclines, you can go declines, you can go single arm, you can go wide arm, you can go diamond. There's so many different options of push ups. And you can go online and write 3 or 4 different push ups down and give them a run. It's
Yeah,
always a good option.
for sure. You said put your feet up. You can put your feet up on a chair, put your hands on the ground. You said diamond. That's where your hands are close. What that does is that's going to work more of your triceps. If you're not that strong, you can put your knees down and do a push up with your hands together. That will work more your triceps, the back of the arms, or you can do that up against the wall. So there's a lot of variations. If you guys have questions, put them in the comment section and we'll get back to you on that. So what's your next exercise, Brian?
Squat, squat, squat. There are so many variations of squats you can do without a gym. So imagine doing 3 or 4 different push-ups as your first series in your home workout without a gym, and then adding a handful of different squats. Let's just say a traditional stance squat without weight, where you work on depth. And it's the best time to work on depth because you don't have weight on your shoulders. And what I mean by that is you want to get your knees at a 90 or better angle or below 90 angle so that you can really work the posterior chain of that leg up into your glute. When you're just moving a little bit, you're predominant in the front leg. Now, you can also do split wide stance, toes out. You're going to feel it if you drop it down. You're going to feel it pulling on the internal portions of those legs. You can go into a split stance and drop your knee down almost in a lunging fashion, which is working the front leg in a certain way and the back leg in a certain way. You could prop a leg up behind you and do single legs as well, close together. Another really good one, it's not necessarily a squat, but it's called the sit to stand, where you take a chair that's lower than normal or maybe a box. You literally sit all the way down and stand all the way up and pause. You'd be shocked at how much work you can do with your legs when you do that because we're always in that position during our day. We always sit down in a chair, but we never truly work our legs unless we force it to be worked. So without any weight, you can crush your legs. Then you go into what I call a floating calf, where you take your calf muscles and you kind of stand on your tippy toes. You don't allow your heels to touch the ground, and you just tippy toe up and down for like 20 reps and just burn those off. Just keep doing those sets. There's a bazillion ways. Steve, throw the squats in with your push-ups, bro.
You can crush it. You guys don't need a gym. Look, I love the gym. I love going to the gym. I love the equipment and all that and the human interaction. But you guys gotta exercise, and don't use not having a gym membership as an excuse, because it's not one. You're just being lazy, and you won't take 10 minutes out of your day to do something good for your body, especially as you're getting older. So, you can also do wall squats where you sit up against the wall, right? So squats are great. You can do one-legged squats, just adding to the squat thing. Stabilize yourself, hold a wall or a chair or something, do one-legged squats. And that's a workout. There's no rule that says you cannot have dumbbells at home either. So you take 2 dumbbells, one in each hand, and now you do your squat. And you can have, a set of dumbbells, a little space at home. It doesn't take a lot, and you can really get a great workout. So the next one, I'll just say a shoulder press. Again, you want to use your dumbbells, light weights, especially if you're older. You guys pass this video on to grandpa and grandma if their shoulders are getting a little bony, and all you can do is press it up. Dumbbells and press it up. Get a full extension. Don't hit them at the top because that'll take resistance off. So just straight up and down, just like that. That's going to work your shoulders. And you can do side lateral raises. You can do rear lateral raises. You can do them from every angle.
I think what's important with that too, when you're doing your shoulders, let's just say you don't have equipment at the house and you just want to get started. Go grab a couple bottles of water and put them in your hand just to give a little bit of resistance. Go grab a couple cans of Campbell's soup out of the pantry just to put a little extra weight in your hands. If you have absolutely nothing, tighten up all your muscles and fight against yourself to extension and fight against yourself to return. You can do all these things where you're tightening those muscles. Let's throw another one in there, Steve. How
Well,
about a
also you could just push your arm up against the wall, an
absolutely?
isometric, and you just push, push, push. You're pushing your arm out up against the wall, and you can do it at different angles. And that's a great isometric.
Yeah, and it'll totally get into the shoulder zone, up into the neck even. I think another real good one, I call them faux pull downs. And that's, imagine that you're in a gym and you have a cable above you and you're going to do a lat pull down for your back. When you do, you pull everything down slowly, start tightening up all your back muscles, come into an angle, clench your back, bring your shoulders together, clench every muscle you have, count to 5, slowly release up. Now you're starting to get into your back. You could also do those forms and moves without weights in rowing fashions. And you clench those muscles when you get up into it and slowly fight your way back. And this is no weight. Now, if you've got dumbbells, yes, you can even get into your row systems. You could do lawnmower rows. You could do plank rows. You could do reverse grip rows. You can do all kinds of rows if you got a series of dumbbells with you, or at least one set. And you don't have to go crazy heavy. Remember that the more time under tension or the slower you go, the more you're going to grind out those muscles. Don't you think, Steve?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the sky is the limit working out at home. How about a one-legged hip hinge?
Yes.
And again, you can use one dumbbell. You've got one leg. You're going to keep the knee slightly bent, and you're just going to do a hip hinge forward and back. That's going to work your glutes, the whole back side, your hamstrings, your lower back. And again, you can do that with a dumbbell or not.
You can do that with both legs in what form I call a hip flexor. And it's almost like doing a hang deadlift. You don't need weights to do it. You just stand about a foot and a half away from the wall along normal flexion, push your buttocks to the wall and touch till it touches, and then bring your hips through the zone again forward, tightening everything up. There's so many options, but we can't forget core. You can do 1,000 different versions of core. You can do crunches, you can do sit-ups, you can do planks, you can do plank jacks, plank hops, you can do leg lifts, you can do dead bugs, you can do scissors, you can do all kinds of core moves, side obliques, you name it, we've got it. And if you have questions about this, everyone, and you're taking a look at this, just shoot a note in there. When Steve looks at it, we'll be more than happy to put some things together and shoot them to you if you have an email address that you leave for Steve. He loves to let me go ahead and play with these kind of things, and we'll get back to you on
Yeah, I love it when he creates more work for me. So
it.
here's the other thing you can do, which is really easy and smarter than me or Brian, AI. Ask
Yes,
AI, what's a plank? If you have questions, and it's the hot thing right now, and it's amazing what you can do with AI. But ask AI, okay, these guys are, you know, just spewing all these different exercises. I don't know what they are. What are they? AI will know. And
you know,
now we've worked every muscle in the lower body. We've mentioned ways to work every muscle in the lower body, your shoulders, your chest, your back. What about biceps?
biceps. What I actually like in the arm for a bicep is an L concentration, where you hold it all together and you tighten everything up. You've got no upward or lower movement, and put your heart and mind and soul into that bicep. Clench it, hold it for 60 seconds, release.
How about a pull up bar?
Boom.
Walk to the park and do some pull ups. If you can't, if you're not strong enough, if you're older, a lot of people can't do a pull up. So get a pull up bar. I have one right behind this monitor here. I'm looking at it right now. It's a pull up bar, and you can assemble it in your home just about anywhere and get a little step. And you stand on that step, and then you can do the push up or the pull ups because you're using your legs also. And then pretty soon you'll be able to do a pull up without using that step. So start with the step and then use your legs and pull. And now you're working your biceps and your lats. That's every muscle in the body.
You can cover it all, everybody. There's no way that we have to have the ability to say it in today's age with AI information, access to anything we need on our phones for a lot of people, that you can't find something that works for you. Bottom line, when all else fails, go for a walk.
Absolutely. And the last thing, we didn't mention that is one of my favorites, a lunge.
Yeah.
Lunge, left leg, then step back, right leg. And if you're older and your balance isn't good, start with guiding yourself. Hold on to a chair or a piece of furniture and do a smaller lunge. As you get stronger, stretch that lunge out. Put that foot way out there and get a nice long lunge step, step back, and then switch legs. Amazing exercise, and you don't need weight.
And I think what's important is, I'm glad you brought lunges up, Steve, because as we get older, for those of you that are in the 55 and older club watching us today, it's important with that lunge move, and you can do this in a safe way at the house. Let's say stand next to a chair, like Steve said, brace yourself on that chair. Start working on range of motion. Very important to get the elongation of that muscle, to get the full range of motion back if you don't have it. Start out small, maybe doing quarter movements, but you should be able to, with support move, using a chair, using something to hold on to, start working into getting into that full range of motion to where your knee is almost to the ground. If you can do that, it's going to be better for you. It'll give you a better ability to walk and move later on in life.
And I love the gym, everybody. I'm having more fun in the gym, as much fun as I've ever had in my life in the gym, and I'm in my 60s. And I had fun in my 20s and as a teenager in the gym. I've always loved it. So, if you want a gym membership, that's okay too. Find a place that's convenient and get the help that you need and join a gym. But you don't have to. You need to exercise. And so that's just my big emphasis is exercise. Do something, move, walk, do something, get light dumbbells and keep your protein up, especially as you're getting older. We don't eat as much as we get older. And if we don't focus on protein, we're not getting enough.
Well, and remember, everybody, the stuff we're talking about is strength training. So your fibers in your muscles to repair after you do these types of exercises, they need that protein. They absolutely need it.
All right. So, Brian, as always, thanks for being here. We'll talk to you next time.
Talk to you soon. Remember, everybody, the right way is through the Parkway. Come and join us.
Nice.
Here for you.